Hey guys, thanks for joining us here. We are on Melrose inside of Dappz Sports, and I have Matt with me who founded this whole thing. I got to jump in and say, we met briefly like a year ago at your opening party, and that was a Star Wars themed event. So tell me what has been going on since then, since I saw you.
Well, we're still moving a ton of Star Wars product.
I can imagine.
We are Dappz Sports, so there's a lot of sports cards that we move as well. We have 6 streams up and running. The last time you were here, we only had 2, so we've
Okay.
kind of tripled in size since then.
That's amazing. Such a short time.
Very exciting, very exciting. Still a little bit more sports focused, but
Yeah.
we do have 2 Pokemon streams up as well, and
Okay.
non-sport. So we sell Marvel, we sell Disney, we sell Star Wars, a lot of stuff.
I'm a Disney girl. If you give me a Little Mermaid, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so look, we just also got to see you. I didn't get to see you, but I got to see your team at Comic-Con LA this past week. We were there. Dappz Sports had a really big booth. I played putt-putt, and I won a free card, so that was kind of cool, really cool. I have to say I was impressed with my own putting skills. But yeah, tell me, how did you get involved with, Comic-Con LA?
So somebody on our PR team is very close with the LA Comic Con people. And, we were just very fortunate. We plugged right in. Some of the sporting events that we actually set up at throughout the year are actually, believe it or not, significantly more expensive to set up at. So when we
Okay.
had the opportunity to get into LA Comic Con, when we did, we had to jump on it and we had to test it out and kind of show that that atmosphere, what Dappz Sports does, what we're about, the Dappz brand. Even though it says sports in our name, we can still hang with the Pokemon kids,
You guys, yeah, you had it cornered there in terms of, I didn't see anyone else with like trading cards at all, to be honest. I mean, you see comics and you see like original cell cartoons and you see a lot of like t-shirts, but I didn't see a single other booth there that had the kind of stuff that you guys had. So I thought that was really interesting.
So I've been to a MegaCon before, which is similar to Comic-Con. This was my first Comic-Con that I've ever been to, ever got to experience. And what I noticed was, I would say 80% of the show was Funko, right?
A lot of it, yeah.
And then maybe another 10% was original art. And just a lot of cool stuff to see, just as a fan of whether it's Marvel or it's Disney or it's any type of anime that you might watch. It was really cool to experience. And then the 10% of the rest of the show is kind of your unique, original, themed
I
booth.
somehow left with a pet dragon.
Exactly, right.
Don't know how that happened.
So I just saw a huge opportunity for us to show these fans, hey, there's Pokemon cards. Hey, there's Spider-Man. There's Wolverine. There's whatever you're a fan of in the entertainment space, there's probably cards of that particular brand, right?
And collectibles go back. It's like you're a kid, you grow up with collectibles, right? I mean, both boys and girls, right? You have trading cards, like, baseball cards and football cards when you're a kid. And I remember when I was a kid, I was collecting sticker books and pogs and all sorts of stuff. So it's something that like makes you feel good. It's familiar. How did you personally like get into this? Like, were you one of those kids who just had tons of cards and were like, this is what I want to do?
I mean, I definitely also collected Pogs, by the way. Beanie Babies were big when I grew up.
Yeah.
Pokemon had just kind of came out, I think, in 1998 in the United States, maybe 99. The original set that has the most value in the card space is the 1999 first edition set,
Okay.
right? So a first edition Charizard PSA 10, flawless condition, recently sold for over $200,000.
Wow.
Right? So the likes of Logan
Like
Paul.
a down payment on a house for 200,000. Well, maybe not in LA, but
And Logan Paul's wearing it around his neck before a fight, right? But at the same time, that's what gets eyeballs on Pokemon again, right?
Yeah.
And you've seen Pokemon Go, different types of video games that have
Yep.
came out over the last couple years, or even the last 10 years. Pokemon's never gone away. Pokemon is the #1 worldwide franchise for selling across the board, whether
crazy.
it's movies, TV, toys, all types of merchandise. Star Wars is #4. And I think Hello Kitty is in between them.
oh yeah, I could kind of see that. Hello Kitty has a really big fan. Star Wars though, I thought that'd be like top 1 or 2. That's crazy.
That just shows you Pokemon has not gone away this whole time. People tell me all the time, Pokemon's making a comeback. I'm like, if it's the #1 franchise in the world, I don't think it's making a comeback,
It
right?
never went away. That's so interesting. Okay, so tell me, in the sports sector, that's where you guys are mostly focused. What does the best? I mean, you've got some cards. There's a card right here which has like the players. Not only is it signed, Justin Fields. It has a piece of the player's jersey in it, which I thought was really interesting. These aren't like your typical just like, you know, baseball trading card type things. This one's obviously football, but tell me what kind of does the best? What kind of things do you offer with these different cards that you have?
Well, there's a lot of nuance to cards, and there's a lot of research that goes into this stuff. So you can't just jump into cards and go, I'm going to make a whole bunch of money. You have to do your research, 20, 30, 40 hours of research before you enter the market, so to speak. But when you pick up this Justin Fields card and you see, hey, wow, there's a piece of his jersey in this card. As a sports fan, if you're a Bears fan or even just a Justin Fields fan, you're like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
He signed this card, right? He held this card in his hand when he signed it. Also cool. The Jordan Love over there, if you want to show the camera too, that is original artwork. How cool is that? Like, and these.
It is really cool.
These cards to a lot of people, it's our version of art, right? Some people collect art. This is miniature art, right? And beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So a lot of these cards can become very, very valuable based on their rarity. This card right here, if you check out the back, there's only 5 of these cards in the world.
Oh, wow.
Right, so this is number 3 of 5. It's printed with a serial number. And, you know, Larry Fitzgerald, very, very popular NFL player, had a great career. So somebody who's a fan of his, again, like I said, there's only 5 of that card in the world, and that's what determines kind of its value.
The value. Okay, so if you have some of these rare ones, like this 1 of 5, are you someone that puts it in like a special box locked away and no one sees it, or are you someone that displays it in like a glass in your house and people come over? You personally, and then you can say generally.
Me personally, there's cards that I collect to display, for sure. But some of this stuff is extremely valuable. It's extremely expensive. And it's just not wise to keep that type of item just kind of loosely around. So when you talk about these people who have these collections and they're in vaults and they're in boxes and they're locked up, there's a reason for that, right? A Mickey Mantle card last year broke the record. It sold for $12 million. So you're not keeping that $12 million card just lying in your, around in your living room, right?
Yeah. Well, at least I'm not.
Yeah.
So, we're here off of Melrose. You have a physical store. I do want to talk about, why you picked, this location and why you decided, hey, I need a physical store. Do people come in here to trade, to buy? What is like the main purpose? Because I know you also shoot a lot of cool content here.
So the vision for this store originally was actually to be kind of a modern day card shop inspired by Apple, right?
Okay.
And what I mean by that is you come into this card shop and it's clean and it's new and you don't feel like you're in this crusty old cardboard den, right? As we grew and grew and grew over the last couple of years, we keep starting online shops and then we need to start another one because, listen, I might be able to fit 50 people in this shop at a time. I can fit 300 people in one online shop, and I'll never be able to fit 300 in this shop.
Yeah.
So until the online shops kind of slow down, we're just going to keep focusing on those online shops. This has kind of evolved. This shop on Melrose has kind of evolved into a content studio where we film and we don't actually sell here. We're actually filming all the content here.
And you have some cool events here where you can display the cards, which I've been privileged to come to. Also, you're like right here, you mentioned the vaults. We're right here off Melrose, which is right off the media district in LA, and right off all of the vaults over here in LA where they keep, where celebrities and people of wealth keep all their special items like these kind of trading cards and art in, pressurized, rooms and things like that. So it's kind of a really cool location to be in as well. So tell me, like, what's the plan now? You've grown, all these new streams. You've grown your revenue, I think you said, by like 3 times in a year. You're doing cool conventions like Comic-Con. You're making content. I think you have, I don't know, a cool 15 million viewers a month. Not too bad. Where do you go from here? What's next?
More streams.
Okay.
The vision is a warehouse with 100 streams and not just sports cards, not just collectibles. We want to enter new categories, new verticals. That could be fashion, that could be shoes, that could be Dappz toys, right? All of these different areas. We want to enter every market, create a TikTok shop, create an online shop. Live shopping is the focus of the Dappz brand, and we're just going to continue to grow as large as we can.
So you mentioned TikTok shop, which is relatively new. TikTok has recently launched their shop, and I think some people might already be spending their life savings on there. But you were like one of the first brands to work with TikTok and to launch this. So how did that come about?
The business really started in my bedroom. I was live streaming every single night, and I was kind of one of the first sports card companies to launch on TikTok. And we were running on TikTok years before they had TikTok Shop. So I would turn on the live stream, direct people to my website, right?
Sell the card, yep.
Make a couple $100 a night, and then that became a couple $1,000, and then we did almost
a new career.
Yeah, we did I think 70 grand one night in my bedroom, and I'm like, I should probably find a shop.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That's crazy. I love that. Okay, so you're on TikTok now. What are you promoting right now for holidays? Like, is this a big time for you? We're a couple weeks from Christmas and the New Year. Are people going crazy for certain types of cards as gifts? Do they buy them as gifts?
Absolutely. And Dappz and Panini, the manufacturers of all of these cards, tend to release a lot of hot new products in the month of December. So it's very easy to sell new products because, our fans, they want to rip what's new.
Is there a top seller right now that everybody really wants and can't get?
They can get it at Dappz Sports shop.
Okay.
Dappz just released this product called Inception. It's flying off the shelves right now on our live streams as we speak. Panini Prism is right around the corner for football, which there's a very exciting young quarterback. His name is C.J. Stroud. He plays for the Houston Texans. So everybody's going to be chasing his card when he comes out in the next 30 days.
I got to ask this because she's taken over the world. Taylor Swift, is there a Kelsey card, and is the Kelsey card going through the roof now?
So
or do the men not really care?
No. Kelsey's jersey sales, I think, increased like 300%. I don't know the exact number. His card sales went up. Kelsey has benefited tremendously from the relationship with Taylor Swift. The NFL has benefited tremendously from the relationship. Very, very funny. This past game that Taylor Swift went to, I think it's the first game she went to watch in person that they lost. And she's like, I hate this. Or she made some comment, and all these football fans are like, welcome to being a football fan, Taylor, right?
Yeah.
It's an emotional roller coaster. But it's cool that she cares about the game, and she's rooting for her boyfriend.
And bringing new viewers, which is really cool. So you do have a Kelsey card, or you don't?
I had Kelsey cards way before Taylor Swift was around, yeah.
All right, got it. And so tell me about these new streams. I mean, you said maybe fashion, maybe is there anything you can tease that's, I guess, can you name the streams you have? I know you've named a couple, but which ones are currently active? And then maybe tease what we can expect next.
So we have Dappz Sports, Dappz Sports Breaks, which were kind of the first two streams. We have PokeDaps and Dappz Rips, which are our anime, Pokemon, our non-sport, as we call them, streams. You could rip Marvel or Star Wars in there. We just launched 2 more streams, Dappz Dugout, which is all baseball, and Dappz Tutty, which is all football.
All right, cool. What about, I'm curious, because a lot of people were just super excited. I mean, everyone's excited about Olympics coming and Super Bowl, but we just had F1 in Vegas. A lot of LA was really psyched about that. Do you think sports cars or racing and that might be something that comes in the future?
They already have racing cards, and they're pretty popular. Yeah, F1 had its day over the last 24 months. Lewis Hamilton drove that. Now there's this kid Max Verstappen. He's winning all these races. They obviously had the races in Vegas. Everybody said that, the prices of the hotels went down. I recently heard Vegas did their biggest weekend ever, or something like that. So I don't think Vegas is upset with the race.
I don't know. I heard it was about $18,000 for a suite with viewing tickets, that's pretty crazy. But if you sell one of these cards, you're good. You can do it.
You can afford to watch the race.
Exactly. So what else do you want our fans to know? I mean, I love sports. I probably don't know everything, right, about trading cards and the whole world here. What do you want people to know, that are watching this?
We just want people to know that if you feel like, I don't know enough about the stream, or I don't know enough about sports cards, that's okay. You can come into our stream. We got 6 going every single night, and you don't need to buy anything. You can just watch.
Learn.
Part of what we do is also entertain. We don't just sell. We entertain, and we also educate. So hop into the stream, watch for a couple hours, try to understand what's going on. Breaks are not easy to understand in the beginning, but what we try to do best over here too is we try to create price points that are affordable for everybody. A lot of these boxes are $500, $800, $1,000. Not everybody has that type of money laying around, but we do create products that are $19.99, $29.99. And usually somebody's got 20 or 30 bucks lying around. Maybe they want to take a chance and rip a pack of sports cards.
And hey, when I saw you guys this past week at Comic-Con LA, you had that cool putt-putt game. And if you got the putt in, you got to pick a card for free. So that was really cool.
And we do online versions of those giveaways as well. Yeah, I know you
Awesome.
can't putt online, but we do giveaways every night online as
That's
well.
awesome. All right, I guess one last question. It's probably going to be hard to answer, but do you have a all-time favorite card, like in your collection, that you would never part with?
Yes, I have a Star Wars card. It's a one of one, meaning it's the only one ever printed. It's called the Kurosawa. It's kind of what that whole event that you came to was centered around.
Yeah.
And I can't see myself selling it anytime soon. Things may change over the next 5 to 10 years, but there's a lot of cards I buy to hold on to long term. There's a lot of players who have legacy: Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Their card values probably aren't going to go down anytime soon. Over the next 10 or 20 years, I like to look at those as long-term investments, and we don't really need to sell those anytime
Yeah,
soon.
and it's got a special place in your heart. You got to keep it. I like it.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much for checking in with us and telling our Press Pass LA audience about Dappz Sports. If you're in LA, come on down, check it out on Melrose. And where should they go online? Just dappsports.com every night?
Dappsports.com. Check us out on TikTok. Like I said, Dappz Sports Breaks, Dappz Sports, Dappz Dugout, Dappz
It's easy.
Tutty.
You type in Dappz and it all pops right up. So it's
Just
pretty
type
easy.
in Dappz on TikTok and you'll find us.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Matt.
Thank you so much.